Hello, crew. It's me, Dave, again. I'm not sure if you can see this. This is take two with my, new flip video camera. As you can hear in the background is the national anthem by Radiohead. I figured I could get away with playing this since they get their stuff away anyway. Curses. Also brought to you by Nicotine Pill and Antacid. I've got one in, so things are going pretty well in that regard, and it's not smoking. I'm making a pot of coffee with the last of my grounds. I've got some decaf that I have to grind myself, but satisfying, not the best. At some point, I wanted to get 5 of these in a day, like the Muslim call to prayer, but that's a little more work than I think I want to do, especially starting out, So this is, almost 5. Dr. May's got me waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning, so there's a lot more to my day than there used to be because I used to sleep a lot. But as I sleep less, I'll get more done in theory. Of course, in theory, communism works too, which, in practice is a different story. So that was my call to pray edition, because, Anyway, I play 7-minute songs, or 2 songs that add up to 7 minutes, because of the Kraft macaroni and cheese. Takes boil water, stir macaroni, boil 7 to 8, or until macaroni is tender, stirring occasionally. Some would say al dente, which means toothsome, which is the opposite of mushy. So if you were to put your pasta in, having boiled the water first before you turned on to this transmission, you would be well on your way towards delicious pasta dish, macaroni and cheese. I prefer ramen noodles, but I'm not sure if I'm allergic to MSG or if it just gives me a nasty headache every time I try it. But the flavoring packets are, if anybody knows of delicious ramen dish for 50 cents with no MSG, feel free to send the recipe my way. I guess I could make my own, but what's the fun in that? Anyway, I've got some tangerines here. It seems every Christmas you get chocolate and tangerines, very delicious. I think it's because they're on special somewhere around. I've got my trusty mug, recycle, reduce, reuse, renew. So I bring it with me to my outings when I stop to get pop or coffee at a store that's not my house. I bring this with me, and it reduces my handprint, the environment, which makes my niece happy because she saw Wall-E and is convinced that we're doomed. I know it may win Picture of the Year, but I'm, it's a fearful time. Who am I to stand in the way of fear? But anyway, if the last thing working on Earth is a trash compacting robot, I am sure he will have his work cut out for him because of trash. But I'm using this, so our doomsday scenario will not come true. I have a water filter. I drink city water mostly. It's a pure water filter. It's blue. I'll bring it out one of these shows and show it to you. But it's a filter, which I don't know. I use one. They're only like $8 or some of them. So I should probably use one. I don't think the Mishawaka water is too bad, but I guess you never know. Yeah, I live in Mishawaka, Indiana, which is, like 2 or 3 miles from Notre Dame. I live down the street. You could pay to get in the game. Okay, here's the second song. Your pasta should be getting close. This is a 2-minute or so song. It's Ode to Joy by Beethoven. It's also the theme of the European Union, or the anthem. I figured since Beethoven had been dead for many years that, I could probably use this and be safe. This is my bumper music, which I really probably thumper music because it's thumping throughout the show. It's my way of timing myself. I figure if I do 2 7-minute stretches, then you would have time to boil your water and or your pasta while you made the dish. It's kind of like a half-baked Rachel Ray idea, because she takes 30 minutes and uses actual ingredients, and I require you to use, I could show you my boiling water, but, where would be the fun in that? You best do it yourself. My mom recently passed on away. She died in a bed in our house, in my folks' house, our house growing up. That was sad. But my dad, who hasn't cooked very much at all, thinks that it may be possible to learn to cook from a book. Having cooked most of my life, I find this a little offensive, but more comical. Not so much that he'll go hungry. I'm sure that won't be the case, but obviously the quality of his meals might go down a bit. He's a big fan of Panera Bread and wonders why somebody would pay $1 for a burger instead of $5 for a delicious Panera Bread sandwich. Obviously, people with only $1 would prefer the burger so they could have something, saying that Panera Bread doesn't sell fifths of sandwiches, or whiskey for that matter. So, they do have a nice fireplace, though, and he might want to spend some time there. CC's Pizza is a good place to hang out for 4 or 5 hours. Always bring your own mug, of course, to reduce your, handprint on the environment. This is a knockoff of Madonna. And since I'm a big Madonna fan, I wouldn't think she would mind. I may be hearing more later. By the way, this transmission is sponsored by Nicotine Pill and Antacid. I recently had acupuncture done by Dr. May. Hey, Dr. May. She lives in Queens. And she is a doctor in China and a doctor in America. Obviously, she's not a doctor in China anymore, but when she was in China, she was an obstetrician of some sort. Kind of obstetrate, I imagine. And she came here and, I guess the boards were more, well, she had to learn English first, so that took a while. But anyway, she's a doctor, she did acupuncture, so I'm looking forward to more acupuncture sessions. It has reduced my heartburn, for one thing, and so my tubs is constantly full because I hardly ever use them, but it's a, it's a crutch. I would hate to be someplace out and need the services of Antacid without it being there. That would be, heart-burning. We wouldn't want that. So I take them with me. A nicotine pill I take less. It's been like 3 weeks since I quit smoking. In the first, bunch of days. They give you 72 pills, and I don't think that's enough for one person to quit. I recommend double that, which would be 144. Because they say 9 a day for the first one ever. Well, no more than 1 every hour-ish. I suppose it is possible to overdose on nicotine. Sometimes it gives me the hiccups if I chew the pill instead of dissolve it, or chew up the remnants of a quarter dissolved pill or 3/4 dissolved pill. In which case, I would get hiccups, which would mean I'd probably have too much. I usually don't get hiccups when I smoke, but I don't smoke anymore, so I don't know. It seems like work, smoking. So this lozenge you can just put in your mouth and not have to worry. My aunt, the wheel. No, I'm the wheel. She's the wallet. She bought them for me, and we're working on a plan in which I will give her $2 a day as reward, and then the treasure will be mine at the end of 1 year with a 6% rate of return in theory. Although you never know. So searching for those extra returns has hurt many people. I think 6% would be acceptable. Obviously, the more risk, the more reward. But if everybody's losing everything, the reward would not be there anyway. So that's all. Oh, this is Candy, by the way. We must protect this house. Wearing the Under Armour. She's not real, obviously. She's a cardboard cutout. But as I have no money for a sidekick, or a sidekick for that matter, she'll have to do it. She doesn't speak much, which is all right. She doesn't cook or clean, which isn't good at all. But I get some of that done myself. There's been much discussion about the quality of my floor. I'm looking into that. I am obviously transmitting this from my apartment, which I tried to make as cozy as possible for the purposes of this transmission. Obviously, you can't see behind. Obviously, I threw everything in the closet to hide it, so it would not be messy. Lucky Star by Madonna. Again, I'm a big fan of Madonna, so I didn't think she would mind if I played her song while talking to you. By now, if you had boiled your water through the first 7 minutes, it says 6 quarts. I guess that's enough. Everybody should have a big quart pan. Obviously, it requires energy to boil water. That's why stir fry is so popular, because it requires less energy unless you go to a Chinese restaurant, obviously, in which they got like 50,000 BTUs burning. But the idea is that the heat would concentrate on the bottom of the wok and small pieces rather than broiling a steak or Tyrannosaurus or, depending on your view of the dinosaurs. It's doubtful we ever ate them as eating cows today. So the Flintstones might not be accurate in that account. But I'm sure they had some sort of furry animal to prey upon and eat earlier on. But obviously, grilling a steak requires more energy than cutting it up in smaller pieces and stir-frying it in the wok. Unless, of course, you ate it raw, in which case you might get a horrible parasite that would probably make you feel pretty bad. So people do eat raw fish. The Japanese eat raw fish. There's Japanese restaurants in America that serve raw fish, even in the Midwest. Which I wouldn't eat the river fish here. I live by the St. Joe River. The Indians called it the Sagwa. Wa meaning, part of water, I guess. Anyway, so if you're going to boil water, you got to use a lot of water to cook pasta. But don't worry about it because you got plenty of. If you've got a gas stove, you won't use much gas. If you got electric, you're better off using the microwave to make microwave macaroni and cheese. But what's the fun in that? You'll hardly ever get burned by a microwave. I mean, if you put a Pop-Tart in too long on a toaster, it's possible to get burned. But if you put something in the microwave and get burned, you probably put it in for too long, and you don't want to do that. But most people who know how to use a microwave do not burn themselves on a regular basis. But anyway, all right. Enough fun talk for now. We'll catch you later. Bye.